Hey gang, Eric here, how y'all doing? I ain't doing so hot myself, let me tell you what's up. So, I'm involved in a lot of different projects. I got a lot of different things I want to do, I want to make. And a lot of days, I feel like I'm not really contributing towards any of them. I don't feel like I'm making any progress, I don't feel like I'm actually producing anything. And I think a lot of that stems from the fact that I've never actually taken a project fully to fruition. That I've never fully made something that's polished and I'm proud of, and I feel like I can present to people and say, look at this, I made this thing, and I can submit to stuff. And a lot of days I'll wake up and I'll roll over and I'll feel like a lot of my projects and my ideas are just kind of dumb and stupid, and I'm wasting my time, and that none of this is even really worth working on. I'm being ridiculous. And the thing is, in order to get myself to produce what little I actually have, I've had to adopt this philosophy of creativity of done is better than perfect. That it's to embrace mediocrity, I guess. Because I would sit at a piece of paper for like 4 hours and just stare at it and try to think of the perfect sentence to start it off with. And at a certain point, I was like, this isn't doing anything. You want to make something, and that's great, but this isn't making anything. This is just sitting here dreaming. This isn't producing anything. And I had to just let that go and tell myself, look, this isn't working. This isn't actual work. I mean, it's work, but it's not, you're not doing anything. Just put something on the paper. Just write something down. Just make something, anything. Write a sentence, pick a sentence. Just produce, because this is nothing. And that's what's taken me to actually get work done. To just let go of these dreams of making something amazing and fabulous and just be happy just producing. And so there's these writing quotes that like appeal to me. The kind of writing quotes I like are things like that a writer must always be willing to work without applause, that you can't be thinking about how people react to it. Just focus on the work and let the work be its own reward and just do work. And that professional writers don't have muses, they have mortgages. These are the kind of things that like speak to my take on the creative process. And through this position on it, through this take, when I wake up these mornings and I think I'm being ridiculous and I feel like a fraud and I feel like I'm not actually someone that makes things, I'm just a guy that wants to be a guy that makes things, I can look at these archives from my old gaming blog and my travel blog, and I can see I have produced over the years over 60 different articles on these topics, and that's a lot of work. Even on this YouTube channel, somehow I've produced 70 different videos. Don't know when that happened, but it's happened apparently. You can scroll through them all. And that's, you know, when I look at the hard drive on my computer, I have a whole bunch of just like first drafts that aren't finished, but they're filled with writing. There's things that have been made, and although they're not done, there's been something created. That's a lot of work done, and some of them have been finished. They're waiting second drafts. There's work that's been done. I got fistfuls of poems, haikus, and all that stuff. And, you know, while, for better or for worse, despite my best efforts to procrastinate, I have accumulated a body of work. And that's something. And there's value in that. And although very little of it I'm actually proud of, or I feel great about, or I feel like I can take out and show to somebody and be like, look, I made something great, it at least exists. And that's much more than I was doing beforehand. And so, despite all that, I still get these days. I get them a lot. I feel like I just need to forget about it. This isn't going anywhere. And like I had that today, you know, I had my Twitch streaming at like 8 o'clock today, and I was like, what's even the point? No one's gonna watch. You don't feel like it. You're not, all this whole Twitch thing is kind of ridiculous. But you know what? I did it anyways. I got on there, and no one did watch. But whatever, I did it. And it's done now, and there's value in that. The thing has been made. Something didn't exist, and now it exists. The performance has been completed. And, you know, It's 1,000 times better than just always being that guy that says, "Hey, man, I wish I would. I should stream games one day on the internet. I should do that. I should try that someday." And to have gone from that to being a guy that actually does that is a huge step and a good step. And I feel so much better just, I'm doing it. Anybody's watching? No. What's being done? And there's value. So, yeah, I'm still probably going to keep getting these days, and I hope maybe one day when I actually make something I'm proud of, maybe those feelings will subside, I guess. And, I'm sure if I just keep churning away, eventually I'm going to find a diamond in this pile I've created. But I made things. That's good. So, I don't know, do you guys get days like this? You guys ever feel kind of ridiculous having, I guess, creative ambitions? The thing is, I've stopped before. I've talked myself out of it. But eventually the feeling comes back that something needs to be made, that I need to make something. So it's like you can't even really quit. And it's like you can either just sit around saying, hey, maybe one day I'd like to do this, or you can just finally just do it. And, just get it done. I don't know. How do you guys feel? Do you guys get similar feelings? How do y'all handle it? Am I being ridiculous? Probably am. It's all good. But, yeah. Choose. Talk to me.